Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this video we're going to make this beautiful and very cute and nice crochet beanie hat together. You can see these nice triangle shapes on the work. I made this beanie hat for teen size and I used a category 3 yarn and number 4mm hook for this part for the brim and number 4.5 millimeters for the body, but I prefer you to use a number 5 millimeters for this part. Okay, if you're ready, let's get started. Start the work with a smaller hook, and for the beginning, make a slip knot and then make some chains. I'm going to make 11 chains. And then start the first row of the brim with making one single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So skip the beginning chain and go to the second chain, make one single crochet into that, and then make one single crochet into each of next chains to reach the end. Row 1 of the brim is finished and I have 10 stitches in total. Start row 2 with making one chain, then turn the work and make one single crochet into the first stitch, and then make one back loop only single crochet into each of next 8 middle stitches. Insert the hook into the back loop and make one single crochet. Again, one single crochet into the back loop of the next stitch and repeat that work to reach the end. And at the end, make one single crochet, usual single crochet under 2 loops of the last stitch here, and row 2 is finished. Make a chain and again turn the work and repeat previous row. One single crochet into the first stitch under 2 loops of that, and one back loop only single crochet into each of next 8 middle stitches. And then again make one usual single crochet under 2 loops of the last stitch. And here is our third row, and you can see this ribbed texture, and we're going to repeat this row again, row 2. At the beginning and at the end of each row, make one usual single crochet under 2 loops, and at the middle of each row make one single crochet into the back loop. And continue this work. Actually, we're going to make a long band so that the length of this long band reaches the desired circumference of our head. And notice that the number of these rows should be a multiple of 6. So I will repeat this row, row 2, to reach desired size for circumference of my head, and then I'll come back. Okay, I made 66 rows in total, and now the length of my rib band is enough, and I'm going to join these 2 short edges together. So fold the band in half and put these 2 edges side to side and join all stitches together. Make a chain and then insert the hook under 2 loops of the first stitch from last row and into the remaining loop of the first stitch of row 1. Grab the yarn, pull it through, and pull that through this loop on the hook to create one slip stitch. Go to the next stitch under 2 loops of that and into the front stitch, into remaining loop of that, and grab the yarn, pull it through, and pull that through this loop. And here is the second slip stitch. Go to the next stitch, join that to the front stitch with slip stitch. Again, join the next stitch of last row to the front stitch of row 1 with slip stitch, and continue joining all of these stitches together until you reach the end. Okay, after joining all the stitches, this is our work, and I'm gonna turn the work to the other side, and you can see this invisible join at the right side of the brim, and we have a tube that's used as a brim of the beanie hat, and we're gonna start the body of the beanie hat. But before starting the body, I'm gonna change the hook to the larger hook and make a chain, and after that make one single crochet into this hole and hide the tail. Then make one single crochet at top of each row of the brim. One single crochet at top of first row and hide the tail through the work. One single crochet at top of the second row into this hole. Again, one single crochet at top of next row. One single crochet into the next hole at top of next row, and continue making these single crochets at top of each row to reach the end. And at the end, the number of single crochets should be equal to the number of rows, 66 for me. Repeat until the end. Now round 1 is finished, and I have 66 single crochets in total without making any stitch at top of the last row, because we made the first stitch into this space instead of this space. And then make one slip stitch at top of beginning single crochet and start round 2 with making one chain, and then make one single crochet into the same stitch and one single crochet into each of next stitches. Continue until the end. Now I'm at the end of round 2. Make one slip stitch into the first single crochet and start round 3 with making one chain and one single crochet into the same stitch. Then make one front post double crochet around the post of next stitch from 2 rounds below. So yarn over and go down 1 and 2 rounds and insert the hook around the post of this stitch. Grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Again, yarn over, go around the post of next stitch from 2 rounds below and make one front post double crochet around that. One more time. Front post double crochet around the next stitch of 2 rounds below, and repeat this work 2 more times. One and 2. And after making 5 front post double crochets, go back to previous round and make one single crochet here and repeat the work. One front post double crochet around each of next 5 stitches of 2 rounds below. Then again, go back to previous round and make one single crochet into the next stitch, and we have 5 skipped single crochets behind these 5 front posts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from previous round. And continue this sequence until the end of round 30. After making the last group of 5 front post double crochets, make one slip stitch at top of beginning single crochet, and now we have 11 groups of 1 single crochet and 5 front post double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay? Now, start round 4 with making one chain and one single crochet at top of the same single crochet and at top of each of next 5 front posts. And repeat this work. We should work one single crochet at top of each stitch until the end. Now I'm at the end of round 4. Make one slip stitch at top of the beginning single crochet and start round 5 with making one chain, and then make one single crochet into the same stitch and also at top of the next stitch. And after that, I'm going to start the front post double crochets around stitches of 2 rounds below. So yarn over, go around the second front post here, skip this beginning front post, go around the second front post and make 1 front post double crochet around that. Again, 1 front post double crochet around the next stitch and 1 front post double crochet around the next. And skip these 3 single crochets of previous round behind these 3 front posts, and then go to the next stitch of previous round and make 1 single crochet and skip this last front post of 2 rounds below. Actually, we should decrease the number of front posts from 5 to 3. So we're gonna skip the first and the last front post of each group and make 1 front post around 3 middle front posts of 2 rounds below. Okay, repeat the work. Make 1 single crochet into the next, 1 into the next, and then go down 2 rounds below and make 1 front post double crochet around each of these 3 middle front posts of next group, and then again make 1 single crochet at top of the next stitch, at top of this single crochet and this single crochet. Okay, 1, 2, and 3 front posts and 1, 2, and 3 single crochets, and repeat this work until the end. At the end of round 5, skip this last front post double crochet and make 1 single crochet at top of the last stitch, and then make 1 slip stitch into the beginning stitch, and we have 3 skipped stitches behind each group of 3 front post double crochets. We had 5 skipped stitches in 2 rounds below, and in this round we have 3 skipped stitches. Start next round with making 1 single crochet at top of each stitch. At top of each single crochet and each front post double crochet. Continue until the end. I made a slip stitch at top of the beginning stitch, and now I'm going to start round 7. So make 1 chain, 1 single crochet into the same stitch, and 1 single crochet into each of next 2 stitches. I'm gonna make 1 front post double crochet around the middle stitch of these 3 front posts of 2 rounds below. So I'm going to decrease the number of stitches from 3 to 1 in this round. Okay, so yarn over, go down around this front post double crochet and make 1 front post double crochet around that, and skip this stitch behind this front post, and then go to the next stitch, make 1 single crochet into that, 1 into the next, and 1 into the next. Okay, and repeat this work. After making each front post double crochet, we're going to make 5 single crochets. So after making these 3 single crochets, make 1 single crochet at top of the next 2 stitches, and then go around the front post of 2 rounds below here and skip this stitch behind that. Make 1 front post double crochet here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 single crochets between each of these 2 front posts. Repeat the work. Make 1 single crochet at top of each of next 5 stitches, and then make 1 front post double crochet around this stitch. After making 5 single crochets, we reach at top of the middle stitch of these 30 stitches, and we're going to make 1 front post double crochet around that, and continue this sequence until you reach the end. Now at the end of round 7, after making last front post double crochet, skip the stitch behind that from previous round and make 1 single crochet at top of each of next 2 stitches, and then make 1 slip stitch at top of the beginning stitch. And in this round we have 1 skipped stitch only behind each of these 1 front post double crochets. Okay, and after that start round 8 with making 1 chain and 1 single crochet at top of each stitch. Okay, now this is our work at the end of round 8, and now we're gonna swap these 2 groups of single crochets and groups of front post double crochets together. So start round 9 with making one chain and then make one front post double crochet around the single crochet of 2 rounds below. Go down 1 and 2 rounds and make one front post double crochet around this stitch. Then again, one front post double crochet around the next stitch and one front post double crochet around the next. And skip these 3 single crochets of previous round, 1, 2, and 3. Then go to the next stitch here and make one single crochet into that. This single crochet is placed at top of this stitch. And then make one front post double crochets around each of next 5 stitches of 2 rounds below again. Yarn over, go down 2 rounds below and make one front post double crochet around this stitch after this front post. Here. Again, one front post around the next, one around the next stitch, and repeat that for each of next 2 stitches. And after making these 5 front posts and skipping these 5 single crochets behind them, go to the next stitch of previous round and make one single crochet. This single crochet is placed at top of this front post of 2 rounds below, and repeat this sequence until the end. At the end of round 9, make one front post double crochet around the last 2 stitches of 2 rounds below, 1 and 2, and then make one slip stitch at top of this beginning front post. And now we have 5 front posts, such as other repeats. And then after this round, we should make 1 round of single crochets at top of each stitch of previous round. Continue until the end. Okay, now I'm at the end of round 10 and I'm going to start round 11 with making one chain and one front post double crochet around these 2 stitches of 2 rounds below. This 3rd stitch of this group and the 4th stitch of that. Okay, so yarn over, go around this stitch of 2 rounds below and make one front post double crochet around that and around the next stitch. And skip the beginning 2 stitches of previous round and then make one single crochet into the next stitch and each of next 2 stitches. Again, go down 2 rounds below and skip the first and the last stitch and make one front post around each of these 3 middle stitches of next group. 1, 2, and 3. Skip these 3 stitches and go back to previous round and make one single crochet into each of next 3 single crochets. Repeat this sequence: 3 front post double crochets, 3 single crochets. Okay, after making last group of 3 front posts and 3 single crochets, we have 1 stitch left, and go down to 2 rounds below and make one front post double crochet around the stitch, and we have 3 front post double crochets in this part. Such as other parts, make one slip stitch at top of the beginning front post and then make 1 round of single crochets. Okay, round 12 is finished, and I'm going to start round 13 with making one chain and one front post double crochet around the first stitch of 2 rounds below this middle stitch of 3 front posts, and skip this beginning stitch of previous round and go to the next stitch and make one single crochet into that and into each of next 4 stitches. And now we have 5 single crochets after these front post double crochet, and repeat this sequence. When we make 5 single crochets, we reach at the top of the middle stitch of next group, and we're gonna make 1 front post double crochet around that and skip 1 stitch behind that, and then make 1 single crochet again at top of each of next 5 stitches, and repeat this work until the end. And after that, make 1 round of single crochets. Okay, now this is my work at the end of round 13, and you can see these beautiful triangle shapes at the work. And after that, we're going to repeat these rounds from round 3 to round 12. To round 14. These 12 rounds from round 3 to round 14 should be repeated until reach desired height for your beanie hat. Okay, I repeated the first 7 rounds of these 12 rounds one more time. Now I'm at the end of round 9, and the height of my beanie hat has reached 17 centimeters. Now I'm ready to start the crown of the hat by decreasing the number of stitches. Start the first round of the crown with making 1 chain, 1 single crochet into the first, and 1 single crochet into the second stitch, and then decrease next 2 stitches together. Insert a hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, then go to the next stitch and pull a loop from that, and then yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook. After that, make 1 single crochet into the next, 1 into the next, 3, and 4. And after making 4 single crochets, decrease next 2 stitches together, next front post, double crochet, and next single crochet. And repeat this work. 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets and 1 decrease. Continue until reach the end. At the end, after making last decrease, I have 2 stitches left. Make 1 single crochet at top of each of them, and then make 1 slip stitch into the beginning single crochet. And now we have 4 single crochets in this part before this decrease stitch, such as other parts. 4 single crochet, 1 decrease. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1 decrease. Start next round, round 2, with making 1 chain and 1 front post double crochet around this stitch. Then make 1 front post double crochet around the next stitch of 2 rounds below, and go back to previous round. And after skipping these 2 single crochets, make 1 single crochet at top of next 2 stitches. Then again, go down 2 rounds below and make 1 front post double crochet around the 3 middle stitches of these 5 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Then make 1 single crochet at top of each of next 2 stitches of previous round, and skip these 3 stitches of previous round, and repeat this sequence. 1 front post double crochet around 3 stitches, 3 middle stitches of each group, and then make 2 single crochets. At the end, make 1 front post double crochet around the last front post of 2 rounds below here. Then make 1 slip stitch into the beginning front post, and we have 3 front posts, such as other places. Start next round, round 3, with making 1 chain, 1 single crochet into each of next 2 front posts, and then decrease next 2 single crochets together. Then make 1 single crochet at top of each of next 3 front posts, and then decrease next 2 stitches together. And repeat this work. 3 single crochets and 1 decrease. 1, 2, 3, and 1 decrease. Repeat to reach the end. Now, after making the last decrease, I have 1 stitch left. Make 1 single crochet into that, and then make 1 slip stitch into the beginning stitch. Start next round, round 4, with making 1 front post double crochet around the first front post of 2 rounds below, and then skip this stitch behind that and make 1 single crochet into each of next 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. To reach the middle stitch of this group, then make 1 front post double crochet around that, and again skip this stitch behind that and this stitch, and make 1 single crochet into each of next 3 stitches, and continue to reach the end of the round. Start round 5 of the crown with making 1 chain, then make 1 single crochet at top of the same front post, and then decrease next 2 single crochets together and 1 single crochet into the next stitch. One more time, 1 single crochet into the next front post, decrease next 2 single crochets and 1 single crochet into the next single crochet, and continue until you reach the end. Start round 6 with making 1 chain and 1 single crochet at top of the same front post. Then make 1 front post double crochet around the first single crochet of 2 rounds below after this front post. Then skip this single crochet and go to the third single crochet of 2 rounds below and make 1 front post double crochet around that. One more time, 1 single crochet at top of next stitch and 1 front post double crochet around the first single crochet after next front post of 2 rounds below. Skip the second single crochet and then make 1 front post around the third single crochet of 2 rounds below. Repeat to reach the end of the round. For making round 7, start with 1 chain and then 1 single crochet into the same stitch and then decrease next 2 front posts together. Again, 1 single crochet into the next single crochet and 1 decrease single crochet over next 2 front posts, and continue this sequence until the end. Okay, start round 8 with making 1 chain, 1 single crochet into the same stitch and go down 2 rounds below and decrease these 2 front posts together. Yarn over, insert the hook around both of them at the same time, grab the yarn, pull up a loop and make 1 decrease front post double crochet. Repeat the work. 1 single crochet into the next single crochet and go down 2 rounds below and decrease these 2 front posts together and repeat to reach the end. To make the last round, start with 1 chain and then decrease each 2 stitches of previous round together. 1 and 2. Again, 1 and 2. And continue making decrease single crochets to reach the end. After making the last round, I closed the hole at top of my hat and then I attached this pom-pom, and here is our beautiful work. You can see these triangle shapes on the work. If you want to know how to close the hole at top of your hat, you can see this video. I hope this video will be useful for you. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment and like the video. Have a nice day.